am, in fact, Danny Bonaduce, life coach. I'm hoping you're giving me a call right now at 1-800-252-1025, or you can email us at lifecoach@KZOK.com. Life Coach, brought to you by Goldberg Jones, Divorce for Men. Call 1-800-DIVORCE. Let us talk to Susie this morning and see what Susie is up to. Good morning, Susie.
Hello.
Hello, how are you?
Well, I wish I was better.
I
Danny.
wish you were better, too, but let's see if we can't make you better.
I really, really need your help. This is something that's been impacting my finances, my mental health, my physical health. It has to do with my job.
Wow.
And I do have a really good reputation in my field. I'm highly educated, highly experienced, but for the past year, I have been the target of extreme harassment, discrimination by an administrator. And from day one, within days of him starting this position, this began, to the point that direct supervisors were instructed as to how to handle me. And I filed numerous charges internally.
Well, real quick, if you don't mind my curiosity, what kind of harassment is it? Because when we hear harassment, almost all of us think immediately, our knee-jerk reaction is sexual harassment, but it doesn't sound like that is the case.
That's not been the case. It's been just about every other form, but that's not been the case, thankfully. That I could have dealt with actually pretty directly. This is more insidious in that it affects my work. It affects my quality of work.
Well, if it's going to, but it also is affecting your quality of life. It sounds like, and that's the impact on that. When one of those things go, it's like having just one of those gnawing toothaches, that throbbing pain. When you have something like that, almost everything else in your life goes all to hell. And that's what I'm getting from you, Susie. The treatment you're getting from this guy and the repercussions of that at your job are taking everything down with it.
Yes, and I love my work. And that's the hardest thing is I've been doing this for over 25 years, and I love my work. I'm very passionate about it, and it's literally been destroyed. So what I'm at now is a decision, and I don't have a lot in savings because what I do doesn't pay a lot. It's public service and right now, but I'm trying to decide. I've been told by numerous people that I need to get an employment attorney because all my attempts to resolve this internally have not slowed him down, have not stopped him. Evidently, the people above him think it's okay for him to be a bully and to do what he's doing. So,
by the way, I just heard a little side note. Bully is a key term everybody's looking for these days. So when you're talking about this, bully is a good one. It's going to send up red flags. But on the surface of this, I got to tell you this, Susie, I absolutely agree with the other people that you've asked. I wish the life coach always had different ideas. But yes, you absolutely need an attorney. And I'll tell you why. Your company, whoever it is that you work for, they have one, and they have access to lawyers in the legal system. So if your question is, or like, how should I resolve it? Even the answer is you need to hire a labor attorney on this, because otherwise you're going to beat them up. And the no truer words were ever spoken that if you represent yourself, you have a fool for a client and an idiot for whatever I was ever said that is. Anyway, don't do it. No, you'll have a fool for a client if you do that. Absolutely, don't represent yourself. It's a big mistake. All right, good luck, Susie. And I'm sorry things are going so bad for you, but you need to go out and hire that lawyer.
800-252-1025. That's the number for talking to Dan.
Client. A fool for a client and a jackass for a lawyer. There it is.
There you go.
That's it. Thank you. I hope you're still listening, Susie.
He can help you with any kind of problem you have. Make the call. Lie about your name if you want to. Call yourself Steve, Becky, Billy, Bob, or Sally in Tacoma, because you're on with Danny Bonaduce, life coach.
Hi, Sally. How can I help you?
Good morning, Danny.
Good morning.
I too have a male coworker. We're a large division in a public aspect that we have sections, and there's 6 of us, and there's one sour apple, and he is conniving, and our boss oftentimes has goggles on when it comes to him, and we tell him the things that he does, and if we comment on some of the things he does or stick up for ourselves, he journals everything and runs to the boss on us, but when we mention things that he does, seems to get swept under the carpet, and it's pissing us all off.
Well, I got to tell you this, Sally, that what the creepy guy is doing, which is journalizing journaling all things is really smart. Dates, times, it's really, really important. But what is it that you would like to happen, Sally?
I'd like for him to quit, but that's not going to happen.
That's not going to happen. I'll tell you that right now, because I'll tell you this, that he also has a good in with the boss. He's not going to leave that job. Have you ever thought, and you're not going to leave that job, correct?
Right.
All right. Have you ever thought about saying a hostile work environment and going that direction?
One of our members has, but he's kind of a wuss and he didn't follow through.
All right, so it's a guy, so I'm going to assume it is not sexual harassment this guy's doing to be so obnoxious.
Correct.
All right, what kind of things does he do when you guys, and you should be journaling, what is it that he does that makes you so upset that you need to go to the boss?
Oh, he got put on light duty, and he couldn't determine whether it was from on-the-job injury or in the gym. So while he was put on light duty, the supervisor put him in charge of looking at our database and checking all of our work. So he hasn't been on light duty for 6 months now, but he continues to do that, and we get weekly reports on what we've done wrong or what we need to improve.
You know what, Sally? I'm afraid that you're going to hate what I am going to tell you, but there's certain things, and I think this is the case. I think everybody doesn't like this guy, and it makes the working environment very tough. So here's my advice to you: either to suck it up a little bit or get transferred or quit. I know you don't want to do that. I'm not recommending that you quit, but this guy, whatever he's doing is not enough. That's not actionable. I'm not hearing actionable stuff. I'm hearing that you really don't like, and he does stuff, but we make light of it all the time, but everybody in this room, there's something that somebody in the room does all the time that somebody really, really hates. But we just muscle through it because it's going to be a better the next day. I'm usually the guy that does that. I'm thinking about my behavior, and sometimes the way Sarah looks at me just goes, oh my God, is he going to do that? Sometimes people are obnoxious, but no, I don't hear enough to be action. I think that you either get transferred down the line to somebody else or learn to tough it out with this guy. That's my best advice. And, I could give you fake advice so it sounds like I know more than I know, but nothing's going to happen to this guy. He doesn't seem to be doing enough, and I don't usually ask for a jury, but is anybody else hearing that he's doing enough to get fired for egregious behavior? No, nobody's hearing it, man. So I think you're going to have to tough it up, and I'm sorry, but on the other hand, make sure you notice how much you like your job, that you have been willing to tolerate all this. I think you're in a good position there, Sally. Thank you very much for the phone call.
We've got time for more callers on Danny Bonaduce Life Coach, 800-252-1025. Tim and Renton, you're next.
Hiya, Tim.
Hey, how you doing, Danny? Loved you on the Parker family.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Yeah, loved your sister and your mom more, but loved you too.
I hear that almost every day. Lori is still haunting me. Hey, man, what's up there, Tim?
Yeah, I don't know if your screener told you, but I did 22 years in the feds.
Right.
And now I'm dating this really nice girl, and I haven't told her, because when I met her, she didn't seem the type that was going along for any of that stuff, but she liked me, and things have evolved, and now, I'm kind of at the dilemma point.
All right, well, and what's your question to me? Should you tell her?
Yes.
I'll tell you right off the bat, Tim, and then I want to follow this up because I'm curious. The answer is yes. This is not going away. Can you imagine? Let's say this is the right girl for you, and you know what? You're not covering it up. She doesn't know. She doesn't ask. Don't ask. Don't tell. Be great. Somebody's going to mention this someday. Somebody somebody she knows that doesn't like you. Somebody's going to be at their computer. Somebody's going to hit Facebook and go, "I know that guy." Absolutely. And I'm not saying for her. I'm not saying you need to tell her for her. I'm saying for you. This is starting off now, and I'm 10 years down the line. You're nothing but in love with her. You're married. You got kids, and then she finds out that you've been in prison. I'll bet you she's not going to be that mad. She's going to be mad about you lying to her for the last decade. So let's find out some things. What is the offense, if you don't mind telling me, Tim?
I robbed a bank.
Okay. Anybody get hurt?
Whoa. Nope. Toy gun.
Toy gun. Nobody got hurt. You know what? Sarah and I know a bank robber, and he was a good bank robber.
We do?
Yeah. And, what was that guy? Jimmy the bank robber.
Oh,
in Philadelphia.
I didn't realize that was a real nickname.
I know that was his real nickname. Jimmy the bank robber was a real live bank robber. Everybody in that guy's family has been to jail, and we hung out with them. It was interesting. Nobody got hurt. I think you tell this girl, and you had a hard time in your life, and you didn't have a job. Your mom was whatever it is. I'm sure you have a reason for robbing that bank, and I'm telling you. She's going to look at it as long as you tell her before things get too far away. I don't know if she'll look at you the way I look at you, like, wow, that's a colorful part of Tim's past. She may have questions, but she's not going anywhere over it. She's a big girl. Life goes on like this. And I said, we know bank robber people do things. She's not, she hasn't been in a cave.
Sarah not know Jimmy the bank robber
was a bank robber. And
It was Philly. I should have known.
by the way, everybody that guy knew was a bank robber. But Tim, if your question is, should I tell her, the answer is yes, and right away, so she doesn't get all mad at you. And make sure to remember, sweetheart, I was scared to tell you the best thing that ever happened to me, and I didn't want you to know, because she's going to be mad, but I don't think she's going to be that mad that you were a bank robber. She's going to be mad that you didn't tell her. So tell her right away, and everything's going to work out. Or call me. Well, you can call me back either way, but I'm telling you, she's not going anywhere.
All he has to do is reintroduce himself. Hi, I'm Tim the bank
Tim
robber.
the bank robber. You met my friend Tim.
Danielle in Bellevue, you're on with Danny Bonaduce, life coach.
Hi, Danielle.
Hi, how are you this morning?
I'm incredibly well. What's up with you?
Oh, I'm frustrated.
All right.
Right now, well, I moved up here with my sister, and it's always been my sister and I against the world.
Right.
And I have a new job, and I just recently, within the past 2 weeks, found a great boyfriend.
Mm-hmm.
And he wants me to spend more time with him, and I'm always having to, my sister, she doesn't, I have to help her out with her life. And I'm just frustrated because my boyfriend jokes around that he feels like he's a booty call, but it's, I look at it like, it's just life. That's part of a relationship.
That's good. You know what? I like all of this. So what is your question for me?
How do I handle this? Like, I'm just like at my wit's end. Like, how do I make everyone happy?
You can't. Did you hear the question? How do I make everybody happy? You don't. First person to lose in that scenario is going to be you. Every time when you try and make everybody else happy, you're going to lose. Once you have lost enough, you're also going to never pay enough attention to the boyfriend, or you're never going to pay enough attention to the sister. This is a no-win situation unless you start picking, sides, if you will. And here's what I'm going to recommend that you do, because the way you said me and my sister against her, I love that. I used to have buddies like that, and we'd get new girlfriends or things like that. We just get furious and jealous. So I would say do not bail on the sisters. Sisters are forever. You've been going with this guy 2 weeks, but then continue to see him grow this relationship. Everybody, if you do it slowly, everybody's going to get enough Danielle, because there's a finite amount of you to give away. And this guy said, I feel like a booty call, which is like, what that means is you don't go anywhere. You only see him for when you can come over. Are you even spending the night at this guy's house yet?
I am. I've been staying the night with him. He cooks me breakfast. It was great.
He cooks you breakfast?
Yeah.
Man, is this the honeymoon version of this story? You wait 3 more weeks, he won't even know where the eggs are. No, I'm telling you this, Danielle. You got a lovely life going on. Don't screw it up. Don't pick teams, and let them. Let them. Their problem is they're not getting enough you. That says a lovely thing about you, and they'll work it out. So here's my advice. It's very odd advice right now. Do almost nothing. You're doing the right stuff right now. You're spread out as thin as you can get. Don't spread yourself any thinner, and I think it will all come to fruition. Hey, thank you very much, and congratulations on your very nice life you got going there. That's all the time we have for Danny Bonaduce, Life Coach. Life Coach brought to you by Goldberg Jones, Divorce for Men.